Eastern time on the East Coast, my time. Actually, to be honest, you all, I've been up since like 10 till 5 in the morning. Very seldom I'll wake up that early or whatnot, and I just begin to watch a little TV, and then I begin to meditate and talk, and I have conversations with the Lord in my quiet time, and I begin to just talk normal, like I'm talking to you all, and we begin to discuss about pursuit. And I was thinking about, pursuit, how men are to pursue women and how women are just supposed to show up and be available. And so actually, I was discussing a scenario with a man and a woman, and then that's when thought starts to sink in, and of course revelation starts to sink in, and I just begin to even look deeper into how a man is to pursue a woman and already be prepared and ready to already be able to pursue, because a man has to be able and willing and ready to pursue their future spouse. And you all know that I talked about being ready. We talked a lot about being ready and being able as single men and single women of God. And this message is strictly for the singles, of course. And so, you know, and this is, like I say, this is for both opposite sex as well. But what we need to understand is that, for a man, when you are dating, or before you even date, and this is for a man or a woman, but we know it's the man that pursues 100%. And I was talking about how we can't, how a man cannot have pursue you, how a man cannot have pursue a woman, and that he has to come 100% correct, or he's just not ready. Not saying that that person may be a bad person. They're just not able, and they're not willing, and they're not ready. And so, again, you all, I thought about those three words as we talked about it a couple weeks ago about being ready, willing, and able, because if a man cannot balance time, and true indeed, as I said, and as I had discussed, and was just thinking in my quiet time, if a man cannot balance, his businesses, if he cannot balance family, let's just say this, let's go back. Let's say he is balancing his family, because most of us already have a family before. Some of us have been married before, or some of us may have even been engaged before. And so most times we are just learning from previous relationships that we've been in. So let's say that they have time for their family. They have time for, their chores, their business, just things in daily lives. And if a man is dating and he wants to get to know you and everything, and he gives you his phone number, and then after he gives you his phone number, things go blank, and you're like, what's going on? And sometimes a person don't need to say things out loud for you to know. You should already be able to discern that that person really does not have time, because if you are trying to get to know someone, to date someone, and then you will find out as much information and find out as many qualities you need to find out about that person, you will have conversation. Communication is a big key. Quality time is a big key. But the thing about it is, quality time will not come into play until you see if that person is a good fit for you today. And so women do this too as well. If they don't have the time and they still give out their number and they tell you their intentions, okay, you say, hey, yes, you can have my number. I will give you my number. And so when you find out that that person just don't have the time, and then you should no longer be trying to wait to see if they're a fit. You should know that they're not a fit, because what I'm saying is that the man is the man. The man, he's saying, hey, how other people say it, or I've heard the phrase, okay, I'm trying to shoot my shot, or I want to shoot my shot. Okay, so if you are showing me, if you are showing me that you don't have the time, if you're showing me that you cannot communicate on the phone to find out more about my qualities, more about my likes, and to see if, okay, we can go out because we've passed the first stage. And then you're saying that you don't have a time, you don't even have the time as a husband. Because remember, I said before that we have to prepare, and we have to already be walking in our wifely duties as a woman, and we have to already be walking like a husband if we are a man. And if you are saying, okay, I just got too much on my plate, and if a man is to let you know that up front, even though you already know, but he is the man saying, hey, I know I like you, I got your phone number, um, and I do, my intent is to get to know you, but tell the truth and say, but really, to be honest, I'm not ready because I got too much on my plate and I just can't handle the things right at this time. And I apologize if I may have led you on to think that we were going to get to know each other. And most times, and women too, I'm not just going to put it all on the men, because some women do this too. But if you cannot make time, this is the way that we have to think. As a woman waiting, as a wife, because you should already be wife material now, just like the man should already be husband material now. So basically, you're saying when you go down the road and get married, you're saying that I'm not going to have time for my husband, or I'm not going to have time for my wife. That sounds insane. And I'm just going to be honest, that's insane, you all, because I feel like, well, there's no feeling to it. It's just right and true. When you are in a season of saying, hey, I'm ready to date, or I want to date, you need to really analyze. You really need to do some inner work and think and say, am I really ready to date? Because the way that I am balancing everything now, if I am desiring a husband or wife, I'm going to have to put these things into perspective. I'm going to have to know how to balance these things. And I definitely have to make time for my spouse. So you're not thinking like a husband or wife if you're trying to have date or trying to have pursue someone. And if you think texting is just going to get it, that's not going to get it. Or if you think just talking on the phone all the time is not going to get it, at some point, you two are going to need to actually see if you are able to go out and have a date. Because after you have communication over the phone, but if you can't even get to communication, you need to stop there. Then you need to know that that person is not ready. And that person needs to be honest with themselves and say, okay, I'm not ready to date. And they may want to, but then they're still not ready, because you can want to do some things in life and you can want and desire for some things, but you're not ready. That's the same thing that God really actually shows us and tells us too at times. We can want something and he knows we want it. He knows we desire it, but he looking at us like, but you got to be honest with yourself. You're not ready yet. Because a man who pursues a woman, again, they're going to pursue 100%. They're going to pursue 100%. They're not going to pursue 50%. They're not going to pursue 75%. They're going to pursue 100%. Yes, we all got busy lives, but if you want to be a husband, if you want to be a wife, honey, you got to know how to balance it all right now. You got to know how to balance it all right now. You should already be walking in your duties. And if you be like, wait a minute, I realize I'm not even ready, you need to step back. Stop getting people's phone number. Stop giving out your phone number, because you're not ready. Because you're saying to that person, like, I just got this person, just, I shouldn't even give this person my number, because I don't even have time to even communicate, not alone see if we can go out, but I haven't even communicated with this person to find out much of anything about this person. And like I said, most of us now are business owners, entrepreneurs. Like I said, some of us already have families, and we're leaders. we're in organizations, and but you gotta make that time. If you are really desiring to be a wife and husband, you gotta know how to balance and make that time, because it's really no such thing to say, well, I'm just doing a lot of things right now and I really don't have time. So basically, I said you have to look down the road, and basically you're saying if you want to be married and if your desire is to be married, you're saying I'm gonna get married, but I'm still not gonna have time for my wife and husband. That sounds insane. So my encouragement to you all, I just want to say this, and this is for the singles, and please share this out, is do not give out your phone number. Analyze yourself 100%. Meditate, go into ask yourself this question: am I really ready, and am I able to date? And a man should ask this question more so himself as well, because he is the man, he is the head, he is the pursuer. The man is the pursuer. I said it again, the man is the pursuer. Am I prepared to make time and to am I prepared and ready today? Am I prepared and ready to go find my wife? This is what a man should be thinking. And for those who don't pursue a woman because they know that they have to be prepared, and they know they have to be ready, and they know they have to put some things in perspective and look within themselves and be like, wait a minute, before I go to her, I know I got to be 100%. My hands my hands clap to them, because they're not giving out their phone numbers. They're not trying to pursue or talk to anyone, or they're not trying to show up and be ready, because they know that's insane. They'd be like, why would I go to her when I'm not even trying to make time and I'm not ready? Because they know marriage is a big step. So what I'm saying is that we have to ask ourselves, are we really ready? And I'm glad that this conversation had came up again, because like I said, I know we talked a little bit about it a couple of weeks ago, but then I start just thinking deeper and deeper and deeper, and I see more of people trying to date that's not even really ready. So I just want you all to be encouraged. And if you like this video, please subscribe and comment and like. Please share. And I definitely want to hear your feedback. So please comment and please share with someone. Talk to you soon.